I am editing my second New York video from the Met, and Scott is about to draw Stephanie. This is her studio. I'm going to show a little bit more of her paintings and have her talk about them in a bit.
There's a ball on the back of this.
Look at that. Is that what, a lesson you did for something?
Probably.
That's pretty fun. But then we can just talk. Just look towards me and we'll chat. Yeah, I know. It's so funny, though. It is. Organizing studios are... This is so much bigger than... I guess this is bigger than... Yeah, it's definitely bigger than my studio, I think. Mine's 24 by 30. So it's not too different than this. But
This might be...
You have a high ceiling. That's the nice
This might be a little wide. The problem with this is that the ceiling gets so low on the sides. So if you want it, the ceiling, because of the drop, it's attractive.
Right. The problem I have is I have a low ceiling, so my lights over my easel are so close to it, you get so much fall off from it. Sue has high ceilings like this that go way up at it flat at the top. And so I could put the lights really high and at angles on these things, so they're so nice now. It's just such good lighting in the
I'd
studio.
love your input on these lights because, one, the color, they're really yellow, even though they're supposed
I
to be
would put
natural.
the LED ones that I've got.
You would?
It's just $100 each for it. They're 2 foot by 4 foot panels, and with a little frame on them, so you just mount them to the walls with a couple screws, and they're LEDs. They look like skylights. When everybody comes, oh my God, these skylights are beautiful. I'll show you a picture of them, but that's definitely what I would
Because
suggest.
this is, I've got to change these. I put them in when we moved here.
This
and
is the perfect place where you can mount them against shit, or you can mount them against these, but you can also mount them right against the walls to the side, where you have these side ones. We'll go over your lighting when we do it. I'll give you the plan to do for sure.
I cannot paint
I've
it
researched that.
At night. It's so bad.
Yeah, I've researched that quite well. So yeah.
And I know Nancy got new ones that go on her window.
Yeah, I had suggested those to her because she had her bulbs had actually gone out. She hadn't had lights in there for years. She was trying to use the north light, and when I'd come over and we were going to paint people there, I was like, "This is too dark," and. She wanted to record a few of them too. I was like, there's not enough light here for the video camera, but also with your north light, as the light goes in and out, what was happening was on the camera, it's such a severe change. You'd have to be monitoring it, changing your exposure constantly. But it had been so long too, she goes, I think I have some fluorescence. The fluorescence is all burned out, over the years.
Yeah.
And she goes, but you can't get up there, it's so high. I'm like, I can get up there, do you have a ladder? And she had a ladder in the garage. So I found the old Vitalite things in her basement and went up on a ladder and replaced them all. But I told her, and we had just been to Michael Klein's too, and I'd seen just the perfect ones that would work for her things with the LEDs by putting them in between the lights, because they're coming from the exact same direction as the north light. And so I sent her a picture of those and told her the kinds to get if they install it. I wasn't going to be there long enough to do it myself, but so that's what she's went to. I haven't seen them since she's done that, but yeah, because I said, well, you can just leave these in here for now. But so yeah, that's the way to go for sure. The LEDs are way superior. They're so cheap. They're so light. They last 4 times longer. You can switch in mine. I can switch between 4,500 Kelvin, 5,000, and 6,000 if I want to balance how warm and cool I want it.
With a controller, you switch
you go
the
up
bulbs.
on mine on a switch. You just on the side of it, you just switch it. But Sue's we put in were just 5,000. They're not switchable. They're mounted up anyway. So, and that's really what we wanted. Anyways.
These are all wired in. Yours are wired in, I assume.
I replaced like this. Yours are plugged in, or where are they wired?
They're plugged in, I think.
Yeah, I see plugs going from them. So, they go to an outlet. So yes, you can do that with these. Sue's we had them hang from chains, fluorescence like this, but on the wall, there was when we built the studio, the power came out of that into a cable and went through the lights that were all kind of daisy chained together, hanging down. So what I did is I just got rid of the lights, and then the power source that came out of there, I put the lights right over that.
Okay.
And they were on 4 different switches in her studio, 4 different zones. So hers actually just hang, they're just mounted against the wall. It's just a thin frame like this, and then just a screen.
Because these are on zones too, and the one right behind you
yeah.
is on a chain, but
yeah. But no, that would be no problem to wire that.
The other thing I'm wondering
since you have these up here.
is, Scott, should they be on the roof so that they're pointed like
That's what
this?
I did with Sue's. I changed hers to be on, because hers goes up like this,
Yeah.
and then it goes flat. And they had originally been hanging down, but I mounted them sideways against them because they look so beautiful as skylights, and they're out of the way. Yours aren't too low, so it's not a big deal, but they'll look nicer being mounted against the wall.
Okay.
You know, because they'll just look like skylights, and you won't interrupt your beams and stuff. So I'll draw out a little diagram for you.
That would be great, because I hate these lights.
And they're so easy to install. I mean, I had someone help me because I had to get up on the ladder, so we did it together. But then the other ones I just did on my own. They're super easy to wire, and I mean, there's nothing to them, but because you don't have bulbs or anything to do. But and if you ever do filming, they're much better because they don't have the flicker. You don't have, you know, because the lights fluorescent cycle. So yeah, and you never get buzzing or anything.
But yours, you can change the Kelvin on.
The ones I have in my studio, I can. They didn't actually have the type that Sue had when I redid my studio, which was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but maybe 4 years ago or 3 years ago, something like that. And so they didn't have as many options. So mine looked more like shop lights, and I just mounted them to the ceiling. Generally, just screwed them into the ceiling. But Sue's are much prettier. That's what I'll get if I replace these.
Okay.
What she has now, for sure. We put the LED ones that I've got.
You would.
It's just $100 each for it. They're 2 foot by 4 foot panels, and with a little frame on them. So you just mount them to the walls with a couple screws, and they're LEDs. They look like skylights. Whenever power outlets, and you've got the zones, so this is already perfectly set up for it.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as soon as, you know, in the winter, it's dark here at 3.
Yeah.
Or if it's not dark, it gets too dark to paint with,
yeah.
and I paint with that light all the time.
And they use so little power, even compared to the fluorescents. I mean, they're using like maybe 1/4 of the power that fluorescents use. So it's even less electricity that you'll have in your bill for them. So
That sounds good.
yeah,
Cute puppy.
they use very little power.
I just need a better light.
Yeah, no, it's so cool that I was so happy when I got the LEDs. They're so much better than the fluorescents. So much lighter too, and easier to install. And I first put in ones to replace my fluorescents in my studio, but my ceiling is low. And when I put in 4 small ones over where I paint, and I quickly realized they were actually way too bright. I should have measured it with my light meter, my old light meter I used to use with cameras, to see, because you don't quite sometimes realize. But I realized, I'm actually painting my paintings a little too dark, as if they were in a brighter light outside.
Like you're outside,
so I actually just took 2 of them out, but it's amazing how many fluorescent lights that replaced that I had in there. So yeah, it's kind of interesting.
This light is, I would love to do that. In fact, I'll do it in the next month if I know.
Yeah, and that won't be an
get.
expensive thing to do, because they're not that expensive, and it was exclusive.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. There we go. That's always what happens when I paint and talk. You've got things you've got to double check later.
Well, you could take a photo of her and just
I did with
check
your
the drawing.
phone.
Yeah.
I took one with your phone. I'll definitely check it later. So, let's see here. And I'm missing a little bit on this side here. That way. I love your face. Oh my God, it's just
so sweet.
so dramatic. You never even have the possibility of understanding it. At least, I mean, we can't understand all. It's kind of crazy, And there's really, it's such a complicated computerized system. They had that idea that we're going to a world that will be.
You go out for the same flight, same position. That's crazy to me. Do we get charged more or less?
It's fascinating. You know?
Did you see where Delta's supposed to have AI decide how much you can pay and not that they're going to charge you?
Yeah, well, those things are really should be, that's what happens with government regulation, you know, because that kind of pricing craziness is just, you know, that's not fair, really, you know.
It's not.
And, you know, that's a whole different thing, you know. A lot of other choices, you know, it's like in areas where there's only one airline flying to, prices are huge, and all of a sudden if they get one other person in there as a competitor, the prices plummet. So it's just monopolistic, you know. So and that's what the pricing is based on too. When they say AI is figuring out the pricing, they're just figuring out how much competition, what can we get away with, you know. And if there's competition in one market, well then the prices can be, you know, actually free market. And I mean that's what regulation used to do. Is they used to say you can't raise prices. It has to be consistent and all these different things. You know, that they have safety and all that. So when you just say we're going to let the market decide, it's because poor people couldn't afford it. I mean, that's, it was exclusive.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's crappy now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just a way to get there. There's nothing
it's
fun
like a
about
bus.
it.
Yeah, it's like taking a bus across the country.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Only a bus is probably more comfortable at this point.
Yeah, maybe more reliable.
Absolutely.
I love it. I think that's really fresh. I like it
Thank
a lot.
you. Well, that's
Yeah.
how they all start, and then the question is where
That's how they all start.
where do they go?
Right. Why
You know,
do they stop being fresh? I mean,
my
it's so
initial
rude.
reaction is fun.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I find in my classes is people throw a background in to try it and they can't see it, and then they're, what's wrong with my painting? It doesn't look right. And my feeling is if you give yourself, even if it's paper, a lot of choice in your backgrounds and you set it up the way you want it to be, you're more than halfway there to making your painting work because you can see it the way you want it, instead of just arbitrarily sitting down and painting something that, let's just say...
Do you mean that like students make it up? Is that what you mean?
They make it up, but my feeling is set it up.
Yeah.
And
Really
then
take the time.
Yeah, and you can tweak it. You know, some of my paintings will be tweaked more brown, more blue on the same green background, because as the light changes, it will change the color if I see something and want to grab it. But when I'm trying to look at my edges and my values, I don't know what they are if I can't see them.
Sure.
So my feeling is take the time to set up what you really want to paint and look at so that you're accurate in what you're describing.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And is there, like, do you ever try and you set up a still life that's inspired by a master painter? I mean, do you use Richard Schmid? Do
All
you
the
use
time.
other people where you go, oh, I like how they design things going at an angle, and so then you set it up similar? I mean, not exactly, but yeah, you always can use a master.
No, all the time. I've got Richard here. I've got Sherry McGraw. I've got Fantan Latour. I've got the Scottish painters. I'm always looking at other people's to see how they set it up, how they set up their light, and very curiously, backgrounds. What do they use?
Right. Well, that's obviously we all have our thing that we are super interested in, and that just is our fingerprint. And do you tend to paint mainly from this side, north light?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I always paint with this light, unless it's too dark.
Right.
But actually, so what I'll do for me, because I paint north light all the time, and if I'm going to work at night, and I am going to change my lights out to the LED that Scott's talking about, I try and establish my colors before I ever change my light source, because then I know where I am.
Right.
So if you know, if I've got my yellows and the flowers and I turn that on, let's just say I had a still life setup. We'll use this guy. He looks one way in the natural light. He looks totally different with the fluorescents on that are in here. So I'll establish what the base of this is in the natural light. And then when I go to work on the painting at night, I already know what I've got.
You sometimes even have probably pre-mixtures and you stick to them, right? You
If I've mixed them during the day, yeah, by this light, because they guide me. It doesn't mean I'm not going to make new colors up, but you know, there's a lot of yellow in some of these greens. And this is the warm, darker green.
Do you have like some special greens that are your favorites?
You know, I start almost all my greens with ultramarine blue and yellow ochre,
Okay.
because it's a dull, sort of desaturated, darker green, but then I'll add the yellows or red or whatever I want to do. I twist that out. I don't use many greens straight. I do like this. It's a Rembrandt, what is it, yellow green, transparent yellow green. This is nice for tinting because it is transparent, especially tinting yellows. You just put a little bit in and it'll give you a little bit of a, I don't know where it is in here, but you know, maybe a greenish cast to some of it, but mostly I don't use green for green. I make most of my greens up, but I like that as a base.
Well, yeah. That's why your paintings are going to look different from other people's, and that's why we all have to experiment with different colors, different combinations, and you know, you want your paintings. You want people to see your paintings in a gallery, and you want them to know they're yours, right?
Exactly.
Right. And we all have different ways of setting paintings up.
It has to say, these were done, that was done in Rome, unfinished. But I also want to try working more with lighter backgrounds. So what I did there is I took the stucco color of the wall
Oh, yeah.
behind it and just used that.
Yeah, and of course the lighting in your apartment in Rome is going to be slightly different because it's more, it's higher. It's coming from above more instead of from the side.
So when I go back, I'll take that with me and finish it over there. I've got a couple of things. That, the pot that has the completely unfinished, different type of day. I mean, different time during the day. And
So this one was done in Rome also?
yeah,
Trying to get the best.
it's got a shadow on it, but I could move it. But again, that's that stucco wall, but in a corner.
And do you make your own boards?
I make a lot of them, but not all
Because
of
this
them.
looks like canvas put on like foam core. Is it, or is this that?
It probably is.
Yeah.
I have a friend that makes them. I'll make them on plywood, or I have Raymar. I use multimedia boards
Yeah,
for
this
traveling a lot.
Yeah, like that one is foam core, I can tell. And this one looks like it's like, yeah, Raymar.
So I will paint on almost anything. This one, again, this is unfinished, but started in June. This is the first time I've painted on canvas.
Oh, stretch canvas,
In
yeah.
years.
We go through phases
It's
too.
really fun.
Well, and when you find that you have so much canvas, you start going, well, why am I not using it? And then
Yeah.
you just start using it again, and you're like, okay, no, that's really different. That's beautiful. I love all the little brush strokes, and you've really handled them beautifully.
Thank you, Sue.
Yeah.
It's about getting light. So everything's about getting light into it, even though sometimes it doesn't look like
And
it.
where
but
is this painted?
this is outside.
Oh, just in your backyard.
On my climbing
Oh, that's great.
David Austin Rose.
And that one, I love that. Is that one a demo? This one back here?
That's when I was talking with Scott around. It's old.
I love it though.
Well,
I
was
really do.
talking to Scott about playing with backgrounds on that because I like some of my underpaintings sometimes have an interesting texture.
It looks very fresh, but for me, that looks like about a 16 by 20.
It is.
So if I would have no problem cutting it down to like a 14 by 18.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, because I would think not just keep painting on this size, just cut it down and frame a smaller.
I mean, these are a little too green, but
No, see, I don't know. I like
don't think
like
so?
the brighter green because you have the brighter purples, you have
That's
the brighter
true.
yellows.
I was going through my old stuff the other day and got this out and thought,
Yeah.
This
Sometimes we
could
put
be
things
fun.
away, and then when we look at them again, we're like, okay, I guess that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, again, this is really sunken. But I like that there's texture. There's one downstairs that is totally vignette that Richard told me to stop on
All right, we'll go look at that.
before I go.
So, I see a color chart over there. Is that something you use a lot?
I love my color charts. I actually need to redo them. And I was actually using this looking for more yellows in here. So I had both yellows out.
That's a great
So
idea.
you can see how trash they are.
Well, it's all right, as long as you can see.
But they still work. I mean, I was outside with this looking for, okay, what direction do I want to go? I need some darker, some lighter, and I don't do it all the time, but when I have so these were all getting literally the same light on them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really hard to see a difference, so I was looking hard to find some greens or some darker areas to push back, and you can see this is rough. I mean, I just feel like I want to be able to put my hand in there, and I can't do it yet. But I can feel, where the dark's going to go. Some of the things that I want to do to make the space in it. But sometimes when I'm painting out like that, it's trying to catch it so quickly that, I'll come back and find the nuances.
Your paintings definitely have a timeless quality. You live part-time in Rome, and so I guess to me there is something very European looking about them. It's just, I don't think that you could put a date on these paintings.
Well, that's good.
Well, I mean, it's just, we all have our own little technique. Oh my God, she has the best antiques. I'm just looking at that magnifying glass. Like all
Isn't
over your
this
house,
fun?
you have just the best
Isn't this
antiques.
thing fun?
It is super fun.
If you want to look at a painting really closely,
Sure. I'm like a shiny object person. I'm always like looking at all your antiques. And I see that you use that Gamblin solvent-free gel. That's the stuff that I use. I like it because it's not runny.
well, you can travel with it too. That's the thing. I mean, I really like the Galkid light in the studio, but where's my solvent free? Is it out here?
Yeah, it's right there. Oh no, that
that's
is
the
Galkid light.
But I do have
yeah, it
two.
looks the same. I like the solvent-free.
I have two small tubes for traveling of the solvent-free because they go with me.
Yeah.
And I like the smaller tubes in them for traveling because
Yeah, I just
don't
like it
need as
because
much.
sometimes in pochade boxes, if you put, it's hard to put like anything that's liquid. If it's like a
can't.
gel, it will stay there.
Exactly. They're over there.
Oh, and look at, you even have, I love it. Here's like, this is a page from Richard Schmidt's book that Nancy Guzik gave you, and I like how
Yeah.
you framed it. Yeah.
Well, it's got both sides on it.
That's so cool.
Spray that Kmar on it and still just spray over it.
I'm sure you could.
So this is the stuff that you're talking about, Kmar varnish. And so you would just do a light spray to kind of do almost like a retouch?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm sure that would be fine. It looks like it's pretty dry, so
I mean,
It
yeah,
is.
I mean,
I was
it
just
looks
feeling it.
beautiful, but-
It's really dry.
yeah, then you can definitely do that. It's not super thick, so
No, it needs to have openings.
Is this painting going someplace? Is it for something?
They'll all go somewhere.
But I mean, it's not for a deadline, or,
No,
yeah.
no, it's just for galleries. But I was trying to get some mixture in the background in here, which is sunk.
Yeah, it's hard to see, yeah.
So that's why I was thinking.
I love how you put all these little notes around as like reminders to be positive.
They fall off.
Well, I get to paint today. How great is that? I know it's coming. I just can't see it yet. Oh, and look at all these. Expect miracles. Yeah, lots of wonderful reminders.
And this says.
And I love how you have Richard Schmidt as inspiration, and then you have his still life book right here.
Yeah,
So that's wonderful.
I got lots of people.
This is North Light. And then you have supplemental fluorescents, but you're probably going to get LEDs. You just have
Yeah,
to kind
because
of get
Scott's
the
gonna
right
tell
ones.
me what to get.
Sure. Yeah, well, it took us a
I
long
have
time
a
to
book
figure it
by
out.
Sue Lyons down here.
Oh,
that I read out.
yeah, sure.
I have David LaFell.
Oh, look at all
I have
these beautiful
everybody.
paintings, too. So would these be considered demos that you've done for classes, or do you just do sketches in your studio?
Started and unfinished.
Yeah, no,
The
I
upper
have
right is
dozens
a
and dozens of those.
old plein air. You know what? If they look like they're outside, they're all plein airs.
Yeah.
The one on the left is at Kathy's house in Vermont.
Are you talking about the apples?
No, that was probably.
Oh, you mean
Putney,
up there, the trees?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
But then the yellow one is a really old plein air that I'm thinking would be fun to play with.
I love this red one. I think you did this so beautifully.
Thank
Like
you.
the red, kind of like the paper from the...
Well, that was why I wanted to paint it, was that red shiny paper.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. It's a neat composition, and just the way you painted the roses is so beautiful. So if you were to say, I know we all as artists go through phases, what is the thing that you're just obsessed with painting right now? I know sometimes you go through like apples, and I know you go through lemons, and I know sometimes you have
Tomatoes.
sunflowers. What?
Tomatoes. No, right now I think I'm waiting for the next
Yeah.
bloom. I went out, so I've got all these paintings like this, the peonies down here. They're all things I started from life,
Yeah, beautiful.
and so I just need to. I think one of the biggest things is there's a point where the painting takes over from life, and these were all essentially started from life in June, maybe July. Well, maybe a little bit in July, but this is a point where it becomes a painting, and it's not just
Right.
painting.
You have to
What's
maybe
out
change
there.
design a little bit.
Yeah, I can see where this needs to be cut in, and again, this is sunk, but I wanted to bring more color into the background in here, and it just needs some carving out, I think. It got too leafy, even though in June these things were very leafy because they were all fresh, but these roses started coming out, these started coming out, but I could just feel where I need to just,
Simplify.
yeah, simplify and carve out some dark areas to give it depth.
I'm going to show
Just-
your palette a little bit. So you paint with your palette in front. Oh, is this a lid?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
I just put new Velcro on it. Let me
Oh,
see
so
if I
this
can
is like a
get it off.
plexiglass. Oh my gosh. And so this is like, oh, so it sticks and kind of airtight.
That's the idea, and I just put new Velcro on it, so I'm not sure how well it's
It looks
working,
like a
but
table that was like kind of custom made for this.
it was someone makes these actually in Mississippi, and I wanted them to make ones that would fly, so he made one that the legs would screw on and sent it to me.
Oh,
So I've got all my paints in here
nice.
by color, and big tubes over here, and then this is glass, and I put tape under it so eventually if I need to or it breaks I can get it out.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to, it's probably dried out now. I did have just foam underneath, so I got the idea of Velcro to ideally seal it more, but I need to clean this and put new paint
It's a
out and
nice
see how
wide
well it
palette
works.
though. It's nice.
It is, but I'd like it to be deeper at this point, and I've thought about I could Velcro something on top of this now to make a bigger palette since I've got this surface, but I'm sort of playing with it.
And I like how you did we saw how Kathy did her still life. And so you have like these sort of masonite boards, and they're sort of painted a light green, and then you have these plastic clips so that you can configure them to even have some on top and move them to the right or left depending on...
So this one's more square. You know, but I can change it. This one actually has hinges on it. It folds
Yeah.
flat. The two pieces fold and then it folds down. So if I'm traveling or going to a workshop, that's the one I take. But I have all sorts of these things. Some are bigger.
That's a smart idea.
You could use cardboard too, but if I want to drape this, then these are strong enough to hold it.
Yeah.
So, and you can see I could turn
Those
it this
clips
way.
are just a great idea though.
They are. They
I'm
work, don't
wondering
they?
like if somebody was to search for these clips, what they would search for.
I don't know. I've got a ton of them downstairs.
Because they look like that you can put a pole through. So I guess you just...
I think you could.
Yeah. It's...
I don't know.
Yeah. It's those type of things that we, just have to look through hardware stores or come across them. And
I've had these for so long.
these great brushes. Yeah.
I know. I have the 3 different colors.
She's showing me that she
And
has the same
sizes.
types of boards. Those are a little bit greener.
They're
and that you can
masonite.
paint them darker colors and have all different kinds of variety. It's really a wonderful idea.
Or light if you want, but they're just masonite.
Well, and they don't reflect because sometimes when you have
No.
fabric, you get folds, you get reflections, and this is just a very, very neutral, simple background.
It's neutral, it's flat, basically. So no, I don't get a lot of reflections.
Yeah, you
but
could just use
also,
a matte paint.
I can push it. That's what I did. I can push it whatever direction I want it to go.
Yeah.
But the great thing about this stuff is you can get, you can get those little tester.
Yeah, little
cans of
tiny
paint.
tester paints.
So
Yeah.
you could go and get not actually tester, but the testing. What are they? They're this big. You go to the paint. You want to try a color, and
Yeah.
they give you a flat
It's perfect.
paint, and so you can have any color you want. So almost all of mine have different colors
I think
on
that's
them.
smart.
Because
It's always harder painting people you know well.
Yeah.
of course,
Oh, look at that. I love those sort of
Normally I'm not
unfinished
thinking at all about
flowers.
a likeness or anything. I'm just
Scott is working on a
making an
drawing of
interesting
Stephanie.
painting. So
And
Scott
You know
touching
what,
Up,
that
doing some
one's-
soft edges.
that one stuck because I'm not sure where to go with it.
Well, I like it. And I really love some of those, especially in the upper left-hand corner, how just gestural they are.
That's
Yeah.
what I want, and
Yeah.
I don't want them all to be painted to death.
Right, yeah. Especially like you do paint a lot of bouquets and a lot of arrangements. So so much of it is design and like sacrificing, bringing some forward, pushing some back. And just like we were talking to Kathy, how that can be really difficult because unfortunately you might really like a flower that you might have to sacrifice. And that is like the hardest thing to do. But it might be, what
I
we
do
have to
so much scraping out because I'll think I like it, or I'll paint at night in this light
Oh, yeah.
and lose my color, and I have to come out and scrape it the next morning. I'll paint something 20 times, but I have to keep at it till it feels okay. I'm not.
Most of being an artist is about feel because once you know technically how to make a petal, how to make a flower, you go past that. There is a time when you just graduate. I want to show how big these wood floors are.
Aren't these
I mean, this
huge?
looks about 14-inch wide.
15.
15. Did you resand these when you came up here, or did they look like this?
We did a light
Oh my god!
Sanding on
these are
them
amazing.
and a light
Just showing you
polyurethane.
her studio again. Do you even know the diameter or the?
I think it's got to be. It's more than 24.
Well,
I think it's.
it could be 30. Yeah, I mean,
I think this is about 30.
30 by like maybe 20 or 24, 30 by 20. I mean, it could be 30 by 24 with even, just not including the stairs right here.
Could be that those windows are either 9 or 10 feet high.
Because this is the second floor of her house. So half of the second floor of her house is her studio. And then she has bedrooms, 3 bedrooms on the other side. But I mean, just like Kathy, she can walk in here in her pajamas and paint any time of day or night.
That's right.
It's really cozy. Thank you so much for letting us see your beautiful studio.
Thank you for coming, Sue.
Yay! Stephanie Birdsall, master woman. Yes. No, I like it.
Like it doesn't even.
It's just so interesting how you and I would draw her so differently.
Yeah, I don't even think it looks like her anymore.
When you've looked at something for so long.
I remember when I did that demo of Walter Matthia,
Uh-huh.
and I was getting to the end of it. I read the Prix de West, and people were liking it so much, and I'd been drawing it. I think we had 2 hours maybe, and or an hour and a half. And at the end, I was like, "This doesn't look like Walter at all. It looks like George Bush." And there were like people like, "No, it doesn't at all." And I was like, "Oh," and I was just done. And then when I saw it later, the next day, so I was like, "Oh my god, it looks totally like Walter."
I know how, like,
I
sometimes we,
completely
like a word,
lost
if we
my-
say it too much, it stops sounding like the word.
Completely lost my.
Look at all these wonderful magazine covers of Everett Raymond Kinstler paintings. We're visiting his studio, and Peggy Kinstler hosts workshops here. A lot of wonderful artists come and paint in his studio. What a great space. You can check out her website. Kathy and Stephanie and Michael Shane Neal and all kinds of artists teach her. A great space near Reading, Connecticut. Look at this big window.
Oh my goodness, and he told a whole story about it, videotaped him.
Here you go. You see it a little better.
He knew he was an amateur artist, but he traveled.
This is the famous writer Thomas Wolfe. There are so many of Everett Raymond Kinstler paintings at the Players Club, and I have shown those before in videos in the past. He's done a lot of famous people.
How did that go? Case took that picture.
Did Everett use this for like maybe putting dresses on?
Oh no! Oh,
No.
my gosh, she's so fragile.
Oh,
She
there's
just-
like a.
you touch her, she'll fall apart. When he was bringing her back to the studio, climbing into a cabin, her head fell off and rolled down the
Oh my gosh! So these are pictures of him painting. Oh, and his dogs. That's so wonderful. Oh, and there's a picture of Peggy.
That's
Wow.
one of two originals that are in the studio.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's so
One in heaven.
painterly.
I was just lucky to be able to buy them at reasonable prices. And then the other
Yeah.
one was Susan Benedetto on the other side.
Wow, that is amazing. That is really, really beautiful. This is the book of work by Everett Raymond Kinstler, and Scott and I have it. But you can buy it if you'd like. Just research My Brush with History.
You probably understand this better than I do, but he said when the light hit this beam, it dropped,
Oh,
and it kind of drove him crazy.
yeah.
And
Oh, look at the fridge, like in the wall. Oh my
well,
gosh.
yeah, we had to add a shower in the little bathroom. The little bathroom.
This is so charming. So this is Everett's first studio on this property before he built that big one right next door. Oh, I love it. It is like so fun. All the artsy stuff from his travels and his life and his inspirations. Oh, this is great. Oh, and this is the bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, burnt orange walls.
Right.
Makes me feel very like I'm in Spain.
This was actually originally, he put this on to have a little study.
Sure. Oh, hello. Oh, and then these some more of his
Somebody left something here.
some of his drawings. Oh, how charming. I just love seeing all this. And so he designed it and built it? Like what year?
Well, this was originally a garage.
Oh,
And
okay.
It
And
morphed
then
over many years.
yes, like skylights, right. So over time he just turned it into a
Well,
studio.
yeah, originally.
This is an original of Peggy. Look at how beautiful that is. Wow. So simple. So Sargent, yet so modern. And so they've been living in this house since 1996. I thought it would be far longer. But no, her and Everett moved here in 96. He also did a lot of Hollywood and movie stars, and Scott didn't, oh, this was from 2013, so he did a whole series of like kind of Hollywood, right? And didn't he do a book on it?
I'm not sure.
I thought he did, or something like that. Maybe all these are in his book. But, and there's a picture of him working on this particular piece. We saw a reproduction of this in his studio, but yep, this is an original. So just clean. I mean, I guess this is what I call clean color, when Not too many brush strokes. Very bright colors. Look at that stroke right there. Just holy cow. I mean, exciting from far away, but then so exciting from close up too. You just marvel at just the boldness.
Beautiful design.
Yeah, beautiful design.
Big
Really big,
shapes.
clean, graphic shapes. Here's a landscape. I don't know how many books are on Everett's work, but here's one, The Artist's Journey Through Popular Culture. He was so, I mean, he did lots of presidents, he did lots of movie stars. Look at all these illustrations. Astronauts, I mean, the guy was, oh my gosh, and he knew James Montgomery Flagg really well. All the famous illustrators. Holy cow. I mean, yeah. And then this book, Impressions and Observations. So these would be all like sketches from 42 to 2017. So there's Reagan, Gregory Peck, there's Thomas Wolfe, oh, James Cagney, and it's just fun to see. Oh, isn't that, oh, that's Dr. Seuss. Yeah. I mean, so, oh, Katharine Hepburn, famous paintings of Katharine Hepburn. And he was such a storyteller. You know, I didn't know him that well. I knew him from the Portrait Society. He was just always a very friendly man, you know, just gregarious and warm. And, you know, Kathy Anderson, oh, there's Ford, the president, you know, lives close by. So she became quite good friends with him and Peggy. And so because of Kathy, we were able to, you know, spend time with him or go out to dinners a few times. And we got to visit his studio, you know, before he passed. Oh my God, I want this book. Look at these, great. So I'm trying to think of how many, if there's any, oh, holy cow, that must be a collector's edition, because that looks huge, much bigger than the one that we saw in his studio. Totally worth getting. This is the next morning, and Scott just came in here just to do a few touches, and Frankie, Stephanie's grand dog, her daughter's dog, is watching and making sure that Scott, you know, makes Stephanie looks as beautiful as she should be. Right, Frankie? You're making sure. Mm-hmm. Lily is not here right now, but yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, beautiful. She looks so like dramatic and like piercing, like she's like looking through our souls.
Yeah, that is definitely what I wanted to get.
Exactly, and I love having her little painting there to the left. One of her beautiful paintings and the beautiful portrait.